Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunist Zunbils. In the last episode we completed our war to install our claimant in this duchy over here. We gained 4 counties by doing that, but unfortunately our claimant, who I think is still in charge of one of these counties, let me find out here. Was it this guy? Yes. He was kicked out of the duchy by a faction, so we now have a Buddhist duke under us, who, needless to say, does not like us very much, because we're a foreigner and an infidel. He wants control of various things, these 2 counties, which are rightfully part of his duchy, but I'm obviously not going to give to him. And also he's ambitious, so this is a problem, and it's something that definitely I should have foreseen happening, though I didn't, because I guess I was too excited by the prospect of gaining more than 1 county per war, which has not been something we've been able to do previously. But it's not a terrible problem. We can probably get somebody of our religion in charge here at some point, and the easiest way to do this might be just to kill him and his whole family until somebody that we like inherits. We should certainly kill this guy at least, since he has the ambitious modifier and is never going to like us. His heir at least is not ambitious, so I think we shouldn't have any problems actually killing him, because he is a different religion to most of the other people who we could invite to this plot, so they won't like him for that reason. So let's get this plot started and continue. Okay, so the previous Duke has founded his own faction in there. Well, we'll see if he gets in charge. That would be just fine too. We shouldn't have any problems getting a good amount of support for this. We spent weeks in the wilderness searching for any trace of our prey, but are forced to return empty-handed. You are sure that no one's impressed by your failed adventure, so just admit our own failure and gain 1 marshal here. We should ransom this prisoner as well. Yeah, in fact, our plot power is easily up over 200% without us doing anything, which is great. So I'd like to stay at peace for just a little while here, let some of these opinion penalties go down and maybe save up some money. But we can't really afford to stay at peace for too long. We need to keep conquering and expanding. Okay, the satrap will die by poisoned wine at an upcoming banquet. I approve this plan. We've been sent another preacher from Carcota Kingdom. Straight into the dungeons with you, and then straight back out. Okay, success, and we weren't even caught. Okay, so we have a new satrap there. We also need to appoint a steward, who is going to be this guy, I guess, even though he's not especially good at it. We don't have any particularly good stewards at the moment, it seems. We need to get our nephew educated also. I think, was this the nephew I was aiming to get a martial education on? Possibly. We'll do that anyway. So our new satrap in here, obviously still not the right religion. The line of succession here is going to be him, his 2 sons, and then Carcota, which I guess is going to be his brother. Okay, well, we'll kill a couple more people here and see what happens. I guess what we might actually do is not kill him just yet and see if we can educate his heir, since that would be just fine also. In fact, we can probably educate the heir even if he's in charge, so we may as well just kill this guy now. Certainly a regency on the throne there will mean they're not going to cause any faction troubles, so that is fine by me also. Okay, bowmen this time. We have available kingdom and duchy titles to create poisoned wine also. Doesn't really seem necessary, but go ahead. We do want to usurp the duchy over here, but the other ones we're not too concerned about. What war is he in? Okay. Well, we'll just wait for that to be over, I guess. Failure, but the conspiracy remains uncovered. Well, we'll just try again. Looks like Carcota over here is having some pretty nasty revolts. We have a truce, of course, with Carcota, but we don't have a truce with Carcota? I guess the king must have died. Well, all the better. We can just attack them again then. Our opinion penalties haven't lowered that much, but I think we probably want to go to war as soon as possible anyway, just to take advantage of this opportunity. We can declare a simultaneous war on this revolt for this county also, which is, of course, one of our holy sites. But definitely we want to get that. And our levy is looking reasonably healthy, so I think we should just go ahead and do this. So, of course, now we can only get single counties. In fact, we could press a claim on the kingdom. Of course, that's not actually going to gain us any land, since we are only a king ourselves, and we cannot have a king vassal. But I think we'll take this county. Just make sure that we're not going to have any problems here, no levies, not enough piety to hire holy orders. I think his allies are just his vassals. Actually, this guy is my vassal. Okay, we'll declare this one, and the revolt has more troops, but we can certainly fight them. Of course, this is in danger of ending inconclusively if the revolt ends, but that's fine. We're not going out of our way, since we're bringing our troops over here for the other war anyway. And we want Multan. So let's get all our troops raised and on their way over to here, let's say. Did I get everybody? Okay. Bowmen again? Alright. Failure, he didn't drink the wine and my complicity was discovered. Okay. Poisoned wine again. One of these will succeed eventually. Failure, but the conspiracy remains uncovered. Alright, so we're apparently fighting the other Carcota revolt as well. That's fine. Poisoned wine. Success. He drank the wine and did not discover the plot. Okay. So, you now have a regency in charge here. We'll see if we can educate him with somebody of the correct culture and religion once he comes of age, which will be in about a year. We'll hopefully solve our problems there. Ooh, we have another revolt here? Apparently so. Why would you try to revoke a county during a revolt? That seems like a terrible idea. My young son wants to know what this is all about. Why are we here on this earth? So we can make him a Zunist, which of course we will do. So it seems that there is a revolt going on in our newly acquired duchy. Hindus, I guess, revolting against their Buddhist overlords. And they have also declared their own war or Karor. Is that correct? No. It's my war. This is also my war. Okay, never mind. What is this war? Oh, this is just the Revolt War. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Well, that's fine. I thought they were also declaring a separate war for one of these counties, but that is not the case. Let's appoint a new diviner. And not bother having him do anything. I think if I hadn't already raised my troops and had most of them already over here, I would declare another war for this county as well, but I think we'll just be satisfied with taking the 2 that we've already declared for. We'll move some troops into position. I guess we'll prioritize taking the county from the revolt, since that one could end at any time. And we have a Buddhist uprising, just to keep things interesting. Why wouldn't we? They're going to be parked down there in the mountains. Fortunately, we do have enough troops to be able to fight them without raising any mercenaries, which is pretty nice. Sent a preacher, which of course is just going to give us another ransom. So I think the way we want to handle this whole situation is to finish the siege of the top holding here. Then I think we would probably like to fight... Oh dear. So the Abbasids have declared on us. What for? Duchy of Samarkand. Okay. Well, we don't like that. I think we'll see if they actually send enough troops up there to fight us. Most of their troops will of course be coming from over here. So it will take them a while to get here at least. Probably just ignore that for the moment. So how we want to deal with this in the meantime is to siege the top holding here and then fight the revolt army, because if we destroy this it'll prolong the revolt war, I think, then go down and take out the Buddhist uprising. And then come back here to finish these wars. Oh, the Umayyads are involved in the war as well. Great. And this guy too, who I'm not too concerned about. So here is a small Umayyad army, and another one up here. Hopefully he won't even be able to siege any of these with that army, which it seems is probably going to be the case, so won't be doing anything for a little while there. My son is turning into an arrogant little braggart. I might have to rein him in a little. We'll tell him that pride goeth before a fall and make him humble. We are losing men to siege events, which is pretty unfortunate. So it seems that the Buddhist revolt is going to manage to siege the top holding here before we can get down there, which actually is fine, because they might then move into plains here, which is more favorable for us to attack them in. Maybe they'll even take out one of these Abbasid armies. No, they're just moving into the other mountain county. That's fine. We have become Hetman of Sangin. This is our new castle that has finished construction in our capital, which is great, but it won't be contributing any levy for a while. So, no sign of any Abbasid armies up in the region of their war goal. They seem to be coming down here, which is fine. We're going to get ticking war score in our favor at some point. And I will happily accept another preacher for my dungeons. I'm pretty sure we won't be getting war score for this prisoner. Oh, we actually are. Okay. I guess we'll hold on to him then. We will ransom this guy, though. And we'll take out the small Abbasid armies that we can catch on the way. Okay, so our former claimant and former duke in our newly acquired duchy is revolting against his liege, which is fine. Doesn't really affect us too much. It seems the Buddhist uprising has lost some number of troops, which sucks for them. Makes things better for us in this battle, though, so that's good. And we'll follow and hopefully wipe them out without too much more trouble. Alright, so that's that dealt with. You are going to get executed. So, we see about 3,000 Abbasid troops through our lands here. Probably heading up to their war goal. We'll probably just continue to ignore them for the moment. Some pretty large armies here from the Karkota revolt. A little worrying. May have raised some holy orders or something. Let's see. We can raise a few more vassal levies. Would be helpful. I want to keep an eye on this army and make sure they're not going to do anything I don't like. They are actually heading over here. So let's try and avoid them. And the Abbasids are fighting somebody or other, and there is a very large Abbasid army. But they are marching through provinces where they're suffering attrition, which is good. This isn't one of our Zunist counties, though, where they would suffer a lot of attrition. I wonder if we could possibly bait them into coming in here. We can't raise levies here. But if we were to lower our domain troops, we could then raise some in here and maybe get them to come in. So let's do that. A little dangerous since we're reducing the size of our army over here and there's a pretty large enemy one in the region. Let's see if we distract them from what they're trying to do here. That got their attention, okay. They're going to be here on the 7th of June. I think if we disband our troops the day before, they'll still come, which is kind of a gamey thing to do, but you gotta do what you can to beat the Abbasids, I think. Then they'll sit here suffering 14% attrition, which is pretty nasty for them. Meanwhile, we'll re-raise our domain troops from these other counties. In fact, maybe it's better not to do this one just yet. My son hardly eats anything for fear of turning fat. We'll tell him that temperance is a virtue. It's heading down here, which is also one of our Zunist counties. That's fine. Let's get this army to rendezvous over here. Still taking the large amount of attrition. And of course this is a great time to go hunt the white tiger. We'll saddle our horse, why wouldn't we? He's headed down... Oh, he's headed back up. Okay, if he just wants to bounce back and forth between these two provinces suffering ungodly amounts of attrition. Who am I to object? Okay, so our war goal over there has been sieged back. Unfortunately, we're going to have to, I think, put these wars on the back burner for a while. Okay, the white tiger will not escape me this time, apparently. So he's heading into Bost, which is where we're heading. Not sure if we really want to do this. We're going to get there on the 14th of October, so he'll be there afterwards. We'll get a defensive bonus in the mountains, but he has about 3,000 in reinforcements on the way. He also has an army up here sieging part of his war goal now. Obviously he won't be willing to accept a white peace just yet. Well, we'll see how this goes, but we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.